Hello everyone, it's me Josee and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing another eyeshadow tutorial and we're looking at Revolution's Provocative palette. And I can't really see until I open the palette up to see the colors. So these are the colors I'm going to be playing with today. There's loads of nice pinks and kind of like candy apple shades, all the kind of shades that I don't mind using. It's pretty good. Now it's got a mix of mattes and shimmer shades in this palette. I'm going to be dealing with mainly matte shades today. Probably maybe one or two shimmer thrown in there depending probably on the ends and on the inner corners of my eyes, possibly. So yeah. Now before I get going, I just want to let you know I've primed my eyes already and I've used the P. Louise Base 2. Good primer, guys. If you haven't watched my video and talk about this yet, well, I'm telling you, this is a game changer for your eyeshadow. It just does not budge once it's put on top of this P. Louise. So it's brilliant. It's about £13 and you can get it from the P. Louise website, or you can also get it from Morphe's shop. They stock this now as well, and it's just so good. Right, so the palette that we're going to be looking at, the Reloaded Provocative palette, does not have any shade names on it as per se, nowhere. But what it does have is a grid on the back, which is how I'm going to follow this today with you. I will put the shade number on the video for you. The grid is like 1 to 5 and then 6 to 10 and so on until you get to 15 at the bottom. So we'll be following it that way. Also guys, so important, I want you to take your finger, place that on that mouse, move over to the subscribe button and hit that subscribe button and then hit that bell, and you're going to be let know whenever a new video of mine pops up. Now, I'm kind of in the beginning stage of my makeup journey and I just want to see what it's going to be like as I go on through all this makeup that I've got and see how my skills change. If you want to follow me along, it's great to subscribe to the channel so you can see where I'm up to, and you know, you can comment on if I'm getting better, if I'm getting worse. I hope I don't get worse. So yeah, just follow along through my makeup journey and create a makeup journey of your own as well. So if you're into that or think you'd be great, you'd really enjoy that, then please follow along and hit the subscribe button and we'll do it together. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to magnify my eyes so you can see. There we go. So let's get started, shall we? So I've got a different bunch of brushes that I'm going to be using today. Mainly what I'm going to be using is my Morphe brushes. Now, I absolutely love these brushes because they're so fantastic at shading. So yeah, I'm going to be using mainly those. And if there's anything else in there that I'll put that on the video for you so you can see and maybe follow along. Now, if you don't have these brushes, don't worry. Just use whatever you have and what you're most comfortable with. And I think everything should be fine. Right, so start off. Alright, I'm going to start off with my detailed pencil brush by Lamora. These Lamora brushes I got from my husband as a present a couple of years ago. And I really like it. I like to have the small brushes, so they're very handy. Alright, so we're going to go into shade number 2 with that pencil brush. Let's get some product on there. Just tap off excess. And we're going to be looking at just kind of lifting the line here. Back and forth a little bit just to get that pigment on. Try and meet up to the bottom lid, just the corner, and that looks okay. Right, so back into that number 2 and do the same thing, just swiping it up. Make sure they're both the same, because if they're not, then it'll look funny. So I'm just gonna fix that. There we go. So I'm just bringing them. Again, I'm going to bring it down just to the lower lid a little bit. Also going to just a little bit on the top as well. Just the corner. I want to be this as matched up as possible. So that's not too bad actually. bring a little bit more. So if I start talking to myself, well, that's one of those things I kind of do. I know it's a bit weird, but I don't know, it helps me get through and think through what I'm doing. Yeah, I do answer myself back. This is a bit nutty, but hey-ho, everybody's different. So gotta cater to everybody as much as you can. Alright, so I'm quite happy with that. I'm just gonna clean that brush. Now, I'm gonna go into my 506 Morphe tapered mini blender brush. It's just kind of like a long fluffed brush. And I'm going to go into the shade number 1. Let's pop some of that brush. A little bit of fallout from this, guys, so just to keep that in mind. So I'm going to start popping that next to that other shade, and I'm just going to kind of bring it almost halfway, and I'm meeting it up at the top here. I'm just dabbing in, as you can see, as I'm going along. And I might go quiet too, because I'm trying to concentrate. So, it's so sad that Prince Philip's passed away, and I think the Queen must be absolutely devastated and heartbroken. I mean, they've been married years and years, and yeah, it was yesterday that happened. 99 though, he lived a really good life. I mean, still not the same though. He's still, you know, she's lost somebody really important. And actually, the world's lost somebody important. My husband met him when he was in the Guards. Yeah, so some funny stories to tell about him. He said he was a funny guy. Just meeting that out here. Be careful. I'm a little bit higher on one side than the other, so just being careful. Be mindful of your shapes. A little more of that number 1. And just kind of swiping it across. So that looks pretty good. I love this hot pink. I call it like candy apple pink, because it's not quite like light pink. It's just in between. So it's quite pretty. Okay, let's clean that brush. And now I'm going to go into a shade number 4. And it's a lighter pink, that shade. It's kind of making like a gradient from strong to light. So I practiced this look a couple of times, so I just wanted to make sure that I was confident in doing this video for you guys. So yeah, this might seems like I'm going really quick just because I know what I'm doing. Yay! I finally know what I'm doing. Yay! Let's celebrate. I should celebrate. Alright, so I'm just blending that into the other shade there. So I want that light pink right in the center. Number 4, I should say. Very nice. I'll clean that brush now. And I'm gonna go into my 321 Bullet Crease brush by Morphe. And I'm gonna go into, which shade should I go into here? See in our corners. So I'll use a shimmer shade. So I'm going to use my trusty sponge. Guys, if you have one of these in your little eyeshadow palettes, you can use that. Or if you don't have a sponge, you can use a finger just to kind of swipe it across. And it should look just as nice. Okay, so I'm going to use my sponge. And I'm going to go into the shade number 8. Just like light pink. And I'm just going to start popping that on the inner corner of my eye. And the other side. And some more. Let's try the old finger into that shade. Number 8. That works quite well. And some more. Back on that sponge. Trying to rub right into it. It's so light, can't even really see it. But it's there, guys. Don't worry. Just make sure I'm getting enough on my sponge here. So just keep putting that on until you're happy. I'm not quite there yet. I want this shimmer shade to really show up. You can kind of see it there now. Right, it looks quite good to me. Okay, I'm just going to clean that brush. And I'm going to go into my Morphe M433 blending fluff brush. And I'm just going to start blending that in. Circular motions, We're going to put a little bit more of that shade number 2 in that corner in a minute. And the other side, just keep blending and do some back and forth motions just to get that blended in really nice. Make sure they look the same on both sides. If not, you're gonna need to readjust whatever you got wrong, not wrong, but where you've missed out. Alright, so I'm gonna take my fluff brush and I'm gonna dip it into number 2. I'm just gonna add some more of that on this outer corner, and I'm swiping it a bit across, just halfway. And the other eye, I'm gonna do the same thing, a bit on the outer corner, and then at the top, just going halfway. Just bringing it up a little bit in this corner. Sorry, you hear that little clinking? This is my bracelet. It's clinking. It's really smoking. Yeah, looks great. Can't really see with my mirror, but that's looking all right. Oh, sorry, deep breath. I hold my breath sometimes when I put makeup on. I don't know why I do it, but I do. It's just a bit weird and random. And so I'm just popping a little bit of, I'm just blending it a little bit above that crease. Just blending that in. I know it looks like a little bit of a triangle look here, but it looks all right. Okay, clean that brush. Just gonna go back in with my 330 blending crease brush by Morphe, and I'm gonna go into that number 4. I'm just adding a little bit of that to the center of my eye. Just making adjustments. You make some adjustments to wherever you think needs a bit of tidying up or straightening out, that kind of thing. Right, I'm going in with shade number 1 again with that 330 brush, and I'm just going to hit that outer corner. Again, I'm kind of just going halfway here. Oh, I'm loving it, guys. Let's clean that brush, and I'm just going to go into number 2, and I'm just going to adjust that line and in that corner a little bit, and a little bit more of that number 2, a little more. Okay, clean that brush. I know it kind of looks a bit odd, but let's just get in and do some blending, shall we? Just clean that 330 up, and now I'm just gonna blend. Yeah, I'm just blending. Just gonna clean that brush. I'm gonna try using my E22 pointed blender by Morphe. Just giving it a rounded look at the top so it doesn't look so funny and square. Just dragging it out a little bit, guys. Okay, a little more of that number 2. Okay, clean that up, that brush. Go back into number 4, still using that E22, dabbing it all over. Okay, let's clean that brush now. I'm gonna go into number 8, pop that on the inner corner of my eye, using that same brush. This is not a bad brush for shimmer shades either. Puts them on really nicely. So there's another trick for you guys. If you got an E22, you can use it to apply some shimmer shades. Nice, some more of that number 8. Okay, let's clean that brush now. And I'm gonna go into my M213 smudger brush to smudge the lower line out. So I'm gonna start off with that number 2, and I'm just gonna pop that on the outer corner, just a little bit, not much. Same thing on the other side. Meet up with that shadow in the corner here. Okay, just clean that brush. I'm going to go into shade number 1, and I'm just going to drag it across to the halfway point. Clean that brush. And then finally going to go into number 8. And we're just going to swipe that across the lower lid and the corner. Just trying to blend that in to that corner. You really have to work hard with this brush, this smudger brush, to get the shimmer shades on. They're not really made for it anyways, this brush. Right. So, I think that's pretty much done with the eyeshadow, guys. Just gonna go in and do a quick blend with my soft blending Lamora brush, the big fluffy brush. And I'm just gonna blend that all in now. Bring that forward a little bit, bring it up a bit. Just getting that blend on this side, guys. It's being a bit stubborn. Alright, that's good. Okay, guys, I'm done with the eyeshadow. I'm gonna go away, put the rest of my makeup on, come back and have a word about you with the palette. So I'm back after putting the rest of my makeup on, and I'm really happy with this look that I've got. Just going to magnify in again for you so you can have a look at the eyes. Very nice. Really blended in as much as possible. I've added a little bit of shade number 14 just on the lids to kind of just brighten it up a little bit, because it seemed like it was just getting a little bit dark as I was going along. So yeah, that's kind of perked it up a bit, which is really nice. So this palette, Revolution's Reloaded Provocative palette, open it up here for you. So these are the shades that we played with today. Very nice. I love the even mix of both shimmer and matte shades, although you just use the matte shades mainly today, bar number 8 in the center here, which I use on the inner corner of my eyes. So yes, shades are really nice and buttery. You could just be on the lookout for a bit of fallout, guys, so don't put too much pressure on your brush when you're getting your pigment out of it. So this palette cost me £5, I believe, off Revolution's website. I'll have a double check of that and put it on the video for you on the bottom of the screen, just so I got the right amount there. Would I buy this palette again? Yeah, I'd buy it again. Quite like the different shades of pinks that it has on offer. This allows you to make it whatever choice that you want. Do you want to go dark? Do you want to go light? Yes, so it's very well-rounded palette. So really, like I said, I really like the look that I got today, and I definitely would buy the palette again. So if you've got this palette already and you've done this look with me alongside me today, really hope it looks identical to what I look like at the moment. If you don't and you were just wondering whether you should buy this, do the shades look nice? Again, I'll say yes, because I would buy it again for sure. For that price, can't really complain too much. You've got some nice pinks to play around with. So if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions about the palette or anything that I've used today in my makeup journey for the day, please drop me a message on my YouTube channel. Alternatively, I'll put my email address up in the corner here, so you can contact me that way as well. Right, final thing I would like you guys to do, and it's so important, I want you to use that mouse, go to the subscribe button, hit that subscribe button now, and hit that bell, and you'll get a reminder for my next video to come out. So that's it for me, guys. I'm really happy you joined me today, and look forward to seeing you guys all in the next video. Bye for now.